Well, the Comrades Marathon Association has decided to operate independently from KwaZulu-Natal Athletics and Athletics South Africa. The move means the association will no longer rely on the Athletics Federation for the sanctioning of the race, among other things. For more on this, we're joined by Comrades Marathon Association Chairperson Mark Leathers. Mark, good evening. Thank you so much for your time. Really do appreciate it. Before I ask you why you decided to leave this tripartite alliance, so to speak, Mark, perhaps explain to me what the relationship was between the Comrades Marathon Association, Athletics South Africa, and KwaZulu-Natal Athletics.
The relationship with the federations has been a decades-long one. Unfortunately, it has been very largely one-sided for decades. The federations adding a minimal, if any, value at all to the Comrades Marathon Association and the event. And our members just reached a point where they said that, enough is enough. Rather go independently instead of this one-way relationship continuing.
When you say it was one way, what does that mean? I understand that the Comrades Marathon, or at least the product that was put on the roads, was a function of collaboration between the three organizations. You're saying that's not the case. What was it meant to be theoretically?
Well, the only contribution from the organizations essentially is the KwaZulu-Natal Athletics actually did furnish technical officials. Along the way, those officials were not furnished for free. They were paid for. There are other options to get better qualified technical officials. And apart from that, the contribution from the federations has been pretty much zero. Unlike with smaller races, there's no assistance needed in organizing. There's no assistance needed in liaison with local government and municipalities. And that is pretty much what the one-way relationship has been.
Okay, what was the
the relationship is more collaborative.
What was expected for Athletics South Africa to bring to the table?
Well, there's a number of options. And, for an example, a big contentious point has been things like, for an example, the broadcast rights. Not from a monetary aspect, but from a management aspect. They concluded a deal with the SABC only a week before Two Oceans. And even before Comrades, we only received technical requirements, for an example, the Monday before the race, which was just physically impossible to accommodate. And we've long approached them and said, guys, let us manage the broadcast rights. You can still get the money out of it that you need, but, let us be in control of the actual thing that we need to administer. And that's one example where we were shut down without any justifiable reason.
Who owns what in this relationship?
Well, at the moment, the CMA owns absolutely everything. It owns its own intellectual property. It owns its own broadcast rights because those only confer on ASA when you're on the ASA calendar. And CMA now has the ability to source the best and brightest and to manage every aspect of the race in a fashion that we feel is best for the race and best for the CMA.
Yeah. And of course, part of what makes what is necessary to make this race official, like you've mentioned earlier on, is liaison with things and institutions like the local government, provincial government, police, and other related agencies. Has the CMA been doing that by themselves all along, or has that been done through the assistance of Athletics South Africa and KwaZulu-Natal Athletics?
The CMA has been doing that by itself for many, many, many years already. And, being an annual event in the same area, the relationships that have been built are so strong that there has been absolutely no intervention or assistance from the federations in the organizing aspect for years. As mentioned, KZN has provided technical officials, questionable training occasionally and, at additional cost. And the only other thing linked through Athletics South Africa has been anti-doping with SAIDS, which is also available independently.
Yeah, okay. Just lastly, does this at all change the status of the race itself, one? And two, and I think importantly, does this at all have an impact on the qualifying criteria for the Comrades?
As regards the status of the race, no. The Comrades Marathon has never been an official standard world athletics distance because its distance changes every year with roadworks, etc. And because of that, the CMA has always been responsible for its own standards and its own record keeping. And none of that changes. With regards to qualification, qualifiers aren't going anywhere. And runners will still need to belong to their clubs, run their structured ASA sanctioned marathons, etc., and submit those timed and measurable results to qualify.
Okay, and that data will still be open source data and available to the comrades, made so available by Athletics South Africa?
That data has never been the data of Athletics South Africa. The results belong to the runners, and you can go online now and search pretty much any marathon anywhere in the world, and the results are publicly available. So the Comrades Marathon doesn't get that data directly from anybody. It gets it from the runners and is verified via public open source available information.
Cool. Well, we're going to have to leave it there, Mark. Thank you so much for your time. Really do appreciate it. Mark Leathers is the chairperson of the Comrades Marathon Association. I want to bring into the conversation now KwaZulu-Natal Athletics Acting President Kura Buthelezi. Kura, good evening. Thank you so much for your time. Really do appreciate it. What is your reaction and the position of KwaZulu-Natal Athletics on the split? Kura, can you hear me? I think you might be muted. Please do try again there.
Thank you. May you please repeat your question?
What is the view and position of KwaZulu-Natal Athletics to this split?
First of all, let me start by saying, as KZN Athletics, we support the 100th Comrade Marathon, the running of it, but what we are adding, we are saying that if this race is run under the framework of the sports fraternity, which is run by the certain rules, we will then support it. I think what has happened, the split on this side, the World Athletics Association, ASA and KZN, are the only body that sanction the races. I think the split is putting Comrade Marathon outside this framework. Therefore, we feel we have got a concern and say that after so many years and the great achievement of the Comrade Marathon, the sanctioning will not be done by KZN, and then there are stages that the race will lose. That is our concern.
Yeah, okay. From Mark's explanation, the contribution of KwaZulu-Natal Athletics to this relationship and arrangement has been the provision of technical officials, which Mark says was being paid for in any case by the Comrades Marathon Association. Is that correct and true, one? And two, what is your view on the loss of that?
The organization and contribution of KZN has been vast. In terms of the Road Organizing Committee, which is ROC, KZN has contributed a lot. And KZN has also provided CMA with the rules and also the technical official and also the anti-doping and also the sanctioning of the events within the framework. And also when you are doing that sanctioning of the event, you are putting the race to a level and the status of the elite athletes who are going to participate internationally.
Okay, well, we're going to have to leave it there. Thank you so much for your time. Really do appreciate it. That is Kura Buthelezi, who is the acting president of KwaZulu-Natal Athletics.